This is the first time I think ever in a preparation for a show that I sit back and I go, I am struggling putting words together. I'm struggling trying to come up with the words because I'm stunned. I'm literally stunned by the visuals that they are showcasing in that video. And I don't want to jump too far ahead. I want to get your first impressions as well. But man, I don't know about you, Kash, but that hit me like a rock.
It did me as well. I actually was having a conversation with some folks in our Discord when that was going on. I threw the link up and a bunch of people hopped in and started watching the stream. And there was a lot of back and forth with me, and answering questions, talking about my reactions, in Discord to our friends. And then at the same time, I wanted to specifically watch chat in Twitch to see what some of the reactions were, to see if okay, am I just being an excited content creator type dork right now, or is everybody else seeing what I'm seeing? And it doesn't truly hit you until you watch the 4K on YouTube. It still looked fantastic on the live stream, but I got to tell you, and I know I told you on the phone when you're on your way home from work, I did not see a single negative thing about this stream. There were a couple trolls in there, but there's always trolls and everything, I guess.
Whatever.
But yeah, whatever. They get ignored. But all I saw was people blown away with what they were seeing. And when we specifically say that, I mean, I think it was the whole package. I know that we have always talked about, if I were creating a game, I would show off the areas that are finished and dialed and completely tuned up as well. But you guys, this was next level visuals and audio from what we were able to see, all the way down to what was the thing that we talked about, what we just saw right before we hit play on this show, that we were both laughing and so giddy about, are we 5? We were literally giggling before we hit the button. I cannot believe this is the game that we have chosen to stick with for a long freaking time. What did we see?
The cloak, the fabric. The fabric.
Yeah.
I can't believe that is the first time. And we have seen behind the scenes development updates on games. We have followed it. And it's just, I'm stunned. I'm shocked that, oh my gosh, the texturing for the first time ever in an MMO. I feel like I can reach out and I can grab that cloak and know exactly what it's going to feel like. It's just those texturings. It's so good. So good.
Yeah, and the ray tracing, even very small moments, like when Steven's character is at the very beginning of that video, and just before he starts to move, when he starts to move into a position, then he opens up some windows and stuff to show us some of the stuff for nodes and for mayoral control and stuff. But as he's doing that, don't worry guys, we're gonna get to the nodes, I promise. As he gets to that, he starts moving, you can see that ray tracing where the light source is literally shining off of the wrinkles in the cloak.
Yeah.
Those are the little things that you might not notice, but there's no other way for me to explain this other than it looked like I was watching a live action movie or film. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. That's where games are getting to at this point, friends. And that's saying nothing about walking through town, though, just how alive that village looked was absolutely unreal. You can see guards walking around. There's a guard walking on the road as he was coming into town. There's these beautiful streamers that are going from building to building, the way that the Kalar style is. And just when I say it looks alive, the sounds, you can hear chickens in the back, roosters in the background, you can hear people talking, you can hear wagons, you can see NPCs walking around like there were guys walking around carrying big old like kegs of beer, mead, I don't know, whatever it was. And there's people talking, there's guards like sitting around a cart and they're talking. Like this village was so full of life that you want to talk about immersion? You think RP isn't going to be a huge freaking thing in this game? Think again.